So this is Dave McClure, and we're here for the September Startup2Startup meeting. And tonight we have Matt Mullenweg and Toni Schneider with us from Automatic, makers of wondrous products such as WordPress and WordPress.com. So Toni and Matt, thank you guys for coming. I guess we're going to ask you three questions. Some recent news from the Automatic team is you guys have acquired a company, right?
It's true, yes.
Do you want to tell us about that?
Sure. We acquired a company called Intense Debate. They basically take your comment section and supercharge it. And one of the things that we found is that blogs are very engaging, but comments are really why bloggers blog, and one of the things that keeps people coming back to a blog more than once or twice. Most blogs have very low number of page views per user. And some of the features that Intense Debate has, we've seen increase the comment interaction anywhere from 5 to 10x, which is kind of amazing.
5 to 10x.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is incredible when you think about it. So, but these systems were lacking distribution. They're doing 10, 20,000 comments a week. We do 250,000 a day. So being able to plug it into our existing systems just made perfect product sense.
So from 250,000 a day, maybe now up to 1.25 to 2.5 million a day, right?
We'll see.
And I guess the other thing that you guys are working on a little bit is using WordPress as a social networking platform. And I guess, can you tell us a little bit about that? That's called BuddyPress. Toni, do you want to tell us some about BuddyPress?
Sure. So BuddyPress was a project that a guy by the name of Andy Peatling started. And what happened is he got hired. He was a consultant doing WordPress projects. He got hired to build a social network for, I think it was teenage girls, called ChickSpeak. And he decided...
What? He was hired for a teenage social network for girls?
Yes.
And I was a very avid user of it. And
this wasn't called like Pedo Bear or something?
No. It's a great site. And he decided to use WordPress to build this. And he started building plugins to turn WordPress into a social network for this project. Okay. He launched it, and he sort of went out and said, I'm getting a lot of requests from people who are really interested in this project. I think I'm going to put it out there and turn it, open source it and see what other people are going to do with it. And he worked for it on a while, and we saw it and we thought it was really cool. And then he said, I kind of have to pay the bills and have to go out do other stuff as well. So we called him up and said, look, we love this project. We'd like to just bring you onto Automatic so you can keep working on it and get it out there. And so we did that about 6 months ago, and it's going to come out in a couple of months.
the cool thing about it is that traditionally, basically the idea is to make it as easy for someone to start a social network as we've made it as easy for people to start a blog and have it be on a completely open source, open platform. So you're not just a sharecropper in someone else's digital domain. You're actually owning your users, owning your content, owning everything you do, and truly owning it, because not only can you move your data out, you'll be able to move your data out and run the exact same software that you were before, just like WordPress.com and WordPress.org.
Cool. So it sounds like you guys are really creating an empire for WordPress and Automatic users. And I guess, Toni, I think you have some interesting experience both on the VC side and the entrepreneur side. You did a previous company called Oddpost that was acquired by Yahoo. But you're also a venture partner with True Ventures, which is the venture investor for WordPress, and you're the CEO for Automatic. So that sounds like a lot of hats. Can you tell us a little bit about how do you like take your VC job and your CEO job at the same time, and are you bucking for any of Steve Jobs' jobs in the near future?
Yeah, so yes, so True Ventures is an investor in Automatic. We have several VC investors. Polaris is another investor in Automatic as well. So what happened is we did Oddpost. It was acquired by Yahoo, and one of the investors in Oddpost, who's also a good friend of mine, Phil Black, was starting his own VC fund, True Ventures. And he basically said, you've got this Automatic thing that you're going to go do, and we're going to start this fund. Do you think you can do both? And so we figured out a role where I spend a little bit of my time, maybe 10%, on True Ventures, VC things, the majority of it on Automatic. And it works really well, actually. I think, it was a little bit of an experiment, but there's a lot of overlap, and I end up having a lot of meetings where I wear both hats, because I talk to companies who would like to work with WordPress as a distribution platform, or they have something that fits into the blogging world, but they're also looking for funding. So it actually works out pretty well.
Let me jump in right there. So one of the things in watching Toni I've noticed is that it's actually the same thing, because True Ventures is passionate about helping entrepreneurs, and Toni is also an entrepreneur. So it's really two sides of the same coin. So I think that it's actually not that much of a, there's not really two hats.
Yeah, but what about if what if there's a great startup company and True Ventures is looking at it and then Automatic's looking at it? You might actually poach that deal before True Ventures has the opportunity to invest. That feels like a conflict of interest, Tony.
Yeah, I'm sure there's several here tonight. So I think in that case, Automatic's going to win out.
All right. So I believe as, let's see, someone, John Doerr at Kleiner said, no conflict, no interest. But Schumer of your products as well. So thanks for coming and looking forward to hearing more.